Maxwell Martin's passion for acting shines through in her most famous roles. In Motherland, Line of Duty and Ludwig, now she's using that passion to shine a light on the harsh realities for adopted children.
She's calling on the government to reverse cuts to a very special fund that pays for therapy for children who've been through all kinds of trauma and who find it really difficult to live with their biological parents.
Yeah, campaigners say it's vital that they then build loving and stable new families with their adoptive parents or kinship carers, relatives. And Anna joins us now alongside Clare Solomons, who leads the campaign for Adoption and Special Guardianship Support Fund. Very good morning to you both.
Hi.
Morning. Right, Anna Maxwell Martin, what's the issue here? What are you so passionate about? This fund
the issue is that it's unfair. I think for our most vulnerable children in society, we all, as a society and governmentally, we need to support them.
Yeah.
And to take funding away from this therapy is vital. These children and these families, they can't possibly thrive without it. You know, in this country, every child should be able to thrive and go on and achieve what they want to achieve. And these families, they're doing all they can to support these children. This money needs to be reinstated now.
Okay. What kind of problems are we talking about that this therapy can help sort of smooth away and ease?
Well, Clare's much better at talking about this than I am, but of course these children are struggling with endemic trauma. Just the worst things have happened, and wonderful people like Clare and Steph, who's with us today, have stepped in to support these children, love these children and care for these children. And really, these are the families we should be supporting.
And are we talking about sort of one-to-one therapy? So a therapist comes in and specifically targets the problem that this adoptive child has and talks them through it?
Clare, you're best placed to talk about this.
Yeah, it's highly specialist therapy. It's multimodal in general, so it works on body-based level and then on a relational level, helping with that attachment with either the kinship care or adoptive parent. And then you would move to the sort of reasoning, more talking therapy type parts of it.
And how much money has been available for families who are struggling with perhaps their adopted child and attachment issues? And how much money is now being cut from them? What are they going to have to lose?
Yes, so overall, there have been cuts of 60 to 90% on what was previously available for adoptive and kinship children and families.
So some families are facing a cut of 90%
Yes.
of the money that they've had, which is helping them to form a bond with their child.
Yeah, and heal from early life trauma. And the children that have had the cuts for 90% are the ones with the highest level of need. So the government's completely scrapped something called match funding, which was only available to those children with the highest level of need. That's gone. The assessment funding has gone completely. And then they've cut what was called the fair access limit down to £3,000. So that's what's now
From
available.
£5,000. So that's a cut of £2,000 in itself.
Yes.
I want to take two hypothetical children here. Let's say they're 10 years old and they're adopted. One of them gets all the therapy that you think that they should get, and one doesn't. What's the difference at 18?
Well, the outcomes are vastly, vastly different. You know, you're not giving the other child who hasn't had therapeutic support a chance to thrive. You're just not. It's a form of cruelty, these cuts.
So you're saying that at 18, the child who didn't get the therapy is going to go into adulthood damaged?
Well, it's going to be a struggle, yeah.
We know
and the one
that...
who did isn't.
Sorry, that children that don't get the right level of specialist therapy at the right time are 4 times more likely to have a criminal conviction by the age of 24. They are far more likely...
4 times?
4 times.
Wow.
Care experienced children are 4 times more likely, to have criminal conviction by the age of 24, more likely to be homeless, more likely, very tragically, to die prematurely, including by suicide.
Can I ask, are these children who were adopted by parents who knew there would be problems, or are they children who parents adopted and problems have emerged?
I think all adoptive parents would have a level of preparation and an understanding that all of these children have suffered at the very minimum loss and attachment disruption, but over 80% have got complex trauma and have experienced abuse.
Because I just wonder how, you know, adoption is an incredible thing for both the child and for the parent or parents. But I just wonder how much adopting parents know about what trauma that child might have experienced, or thinking that they might not have experienced a trauma, but the break-in attachment itself then emerges later as a trauma.
I don't think you can be prepared, and I don't think parents are adequately prepared to answer that question. I think the biggest issue is you're told there will be support there if you need it, and there isn't. And that has catastrophic consequences for the children and families.
Can I just step in and say thank God there are people like Clare and Steph, who's with us today, who do step in and want to love and value these children. Thank God we have those people in our country. And why they're not being supported is bizarre. And financially, it just doesn't make sense. You know, if a child very sadly is returned to care, which can happen if it's just too much and the family breaks down, that costs us, what, £340,000 or something?
Yeah, because they're likely to have
let's avoid that. Let's just support children and families, our most vulnerable children.
Anna, there's a million things that someone like you with your profile could get involved in this way as a campaigner. Why have you picked this one?
I haven't picked this one. I've picked lots of things to do with children. So I do lots of advocacy to do with education reform. I'm doing the Christmas campaign for Action for Children this year, which is to do with child poverty. Right. We're currently 4.5 million children affected by poverty in this country. If we do not address the issues with our vulnerable children in our society now, I don't know what that says about us as a society. It's just wrong and it's cruel. So I started advocacy about 4 years ago, and then this is just part of lots of the things I do, and the girls got in touch, and they are extraordinary women. The work they do is extraordinary. They are such exceptional people. And I just want the government now to please announce that these cuts will be reversed, and to also go on and ring-fence this as a permanent fund. We can't expect that these children or these families will thrive without it. It's just not a reality.
I mean, I wonder if you think that cutting the money puts people off adopting children, because that would be a catastrophe.
Yeah, and very sadly, we've already seen a real drop-off in numbers of recruitment. So there's, been over sort of 20% drop in the last year alone. And it will, because parents can't step forward with confidence that they'll be able to meet their children's needs if the support simply isn't there afterwards.
I'd like to know what you think of this. We've gone to the Department of Education. This is what they've said to us. We've committed to continuing the Adoption and Special Guardianship Support Fund, bit of a mouthful, but that's what they call it, for another year, until April 2027. The difficult decisions that we've taken this year will support the financial sustainability of the fund, allowing more vulnerable children to access targeted therapeutic support. Does that wash with you?
No. We would say that they have stripped it back so much that they've rendered it ineffective and that they risk wasting the money. Our children need the right level of specialist support at the right time, and ultimately that will, of course, have far better human outcomes, and that's what we should be going for. But it will also save them so much money.
In the long term?
Yeah. And in the, shorter term with issues with schooling, families breaking down,
Thank you both very much indeed.
Thank you
for shedding light on this. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Anna.
We have the Government Minister on at 8:30, and we'll put that to